Hello, thanks for joining. This is Jessie, and this is my channel, The Caffeinated Bookworm. So this is going to be my April book haul, and I have to say, I don't know if I'm going to be doing book hauls after this. I went a little crazy, and we'll see how May goes, because this month we had the library book sale at Marion, Ohio, and I went to that a couple times and bought like a ridiculous amount of books. And so I feel like this is going to be absolutely ridiculous. So the first one I got is Piers Anthony, Man from Modanya. Beautiful book. Another Piers Anthony, The Dastard. Demons Don't Dream. Keep in mind, I haven't read any Piers Anthony, so these are all going to be new for me, and I'm really excited. I did get a lot of James Rollins and Preston and Child, so you're going to see those here because I love James Rollins and I love Preston and Child. So The Devil Colony. This is a Sigma Force novel. If you like the Agent Pendergast novels by Preston and Child, then you will love James Rollins' Sigma Force novels. And if you love James Rollins' Sigma Force novels, you will love Preston and Child's Agent Pendergast novels. I got A Bell for Adano by John Hersey. Now, I bought this book when I saw it because it's by the same author who did Hiroshima. And that was such an amazing book. I loved the book. It was an amazing book. The Bone Sparrow. This is an ARC that I found at Goodwill. It's by Zana Frelon. Sounds interesting, so I picked it up. Michael Crichton, because of Mike's book reviews, Michael Crichton's read-alongs, Michael Crichton's State of Fear. Another Michael Crichton Prey. I found this also at a Goodwill. It is Aztec by Gary Jennings. I'm just going to read you the back of it only because look at the size of that book, right? Here is the extraordinary story of the last and greatest native civilization of North America at the height of its magnificence. It is a story told in the words of one of the most robust and memorable characters in modern fiction. His name is Mixtli Darkcloud. Rising above his lowly station, Mixtli distinguishes himself as a scribe and later a warrior. He earns a fortune as a traveling merchant, exploring every part of what the Aztecs called the One World, the far lands of mountains, jungles, deserts, and seacoasts. Sounds amazing. These two are new. I ordered them from Amazon because I wanted to. Hyperion by Dan Simmons. I have never read this book before, but I have seen it oft mentioned on Mike's book reviews. And this one I have read before, but it's probably been about 30 years. The Haunted Mesa by Louis L'Amour. These next three are books that I got at a Goodwill in Delaware, Ohio, and I lost my mind when I saw them on the shelf because they're in perfect brand new condition. They don't look like they've even ever been written, and they've been on my to-read list for a while. Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Look at this. Look at the cover. It is quite impressive. And they had all three. Gemina, Obsidio, the Akashic Records, Edward Casey, only because it sounds interesting. A Study in Scarlet, The Hound of Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And this one because it was a nice copy. It was another one of those books that just looked like they'd never been written and they were dropped off at the Goodwill. The Seventh Son by Kent Lester. I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Lore. The Seville Communion by Arturo Perez Reverte. Shadows on a Wall by Ray Connolly. This looks like a rather interesting book. I know you can't really see it that well, but there's some like old film looking designs on the front. The Plague Dogs by Richard Adams. That was also at the Goodwill. Sophocles 1, because I gotta read it sometime. The Impossible Lives of Greta Wells by Andrew Sean Greer. 100 Astounding Little Alien Stories, selected by Robert Weinberg, Stefan R. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. I'm going to stop reading there. The names on the front anyway. The Unicorn Tapestries. Anybody who knows me in real life knows that one of my favorite movies of all time is The Last Unicorn. And they have pictures of this in the movie. The book by Peter S. Beagle is quite phenomenal. The book, if you haven't read the book, but you've only seen the movie, the book is amazing. The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. 3 Cups of Tea by Greg Mortensen and David Oliver Relin. That appears Anthony. Cruel Lie. Ooh, Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Chronicle of a Death Foretold. The Land of Stories, The Enchantress Returns by Chris Colfer. Here's Anthony. Vale of the Vole. Isle of View. I got Theseus, retold by Geraldine McCaffrian. Film, because I did take a film as lit class for my associate's degree, so I felt like this would be a good follow-up to that. Carol, I got a Michael Connelly book, Dragons. The Book of Joby by Mark Ferrari. It says it's an epic fantasy novel in one complete volume. Lucifer and God have entered yet again into a wager they've made before, but this time the existence of creation itself is balanced on the outcome. Born in California during the twilight years of a weary millennium, 9-year-old Joby Peterson dreams of blazing like a bonfire against the gathering darkness of his times, like a knight of the round table. Instead, he is subjected to a life of crippling self-doubt and relentless mediocrity, inflicted by an enemy he did nothing to earn and cannot begin to comprehend. And so when he is grown to manhood, Joby's once luminous love of life seems altogether lost, and Lucifer's victory assured. What hope remains lies hidden in the beauty, warmth, and innocence of a forgotten seaside village, whose odd inhabitants seem to defy the modern world's most inflexible assumptions, and in the hearts of Joby's long-lost youthful love and her emotionally wounded son, which will prove stronger, love or rage? It's to our paperback. Sounds awesome. Most of these I think all of these are from the library book sale that I went to. Gone to the Forest by Katie Kitamura. The Apex Book of World Science Fiction, Volume 2. Stormwake by Lucy Christopher. The Andromeda Strain by Michael Crichton. And what appears to be and smells to be a very old edition. Here we go. Preston and Child. City of Endless Lights. Is this the signed copy I got? I got a signed copy. This is not it. City of Endless Lights by Preston and Child. Pendergast novel. Dreams and Shadows by C. Robert Cargill. Preston and Child, The Obsidian Chamber. A Pendergast novel. Don't judge me for this, because I know I mentioned this being like one of the most brutal books that I've ever read, and I wasn't a fan of it because of like the brutality, and I like to escape into books for fantastical escapism, but I mean, Level 26 by Anthony Zucker. Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Marillet. Eoin Colfer, Half Moon Investigations. It's the author of Artemis Fowl. I haven't read Artemis Fowl yet. I do have some of the books, but I haven't read them yet. Oh, this is why I bought Level 26, because Dark Prophecies. I never did read the second one. Yay. I get to be a little bit masochistic there and go ahead and read those all over again, or read the first one all over again and read the second one. The Dark Missions of Edgar Brim by Shane Peacock. A Piece of the World by Christina Baker Klein. Timeline by Michael Crichton. Full Wolf Moon by Lincoln Child. This is not a Preston and Child book. It's not an Agent Pendergast novel, but Lincoln Child is an amazing writer on his own as well. A Cosmology of Monsters by Sean Hamill. The Secret of Shambhala. The Secret of Shambhala by James Redfield. Let's read it, the back of it. In the remote snow-covered mountains near Tibet lies a community long thought to be a mere myth called Shambhala or Shangri-La. Here in this place is knowledge that has been kept hidden for centuries, and an insight that can have profound impact on the way each of us lives our lives. Your search for Shambhala begins with the words of a child and the vision of an old friend. Those slender clues and a powerful synchronicity will lead to Kathmandu, Nepal, then to Lhasa, Tibet. Amid blowing snows and perilous mountains, you will meet the secret Tibetan sect that guards mysterious legends, the verbal instructions handed down for centuries that describe the inner changes one must undergo before entering Shambhala. Finally, with Chinese agents in pursuit, you will pass through regions where anger and compassion struggle for ascendancy and arrive at a place where the stunning reality about human prayer energy, our underdeveloped ability to increase the synchronicity in our lives and influence what will happen to us in the future, is about to be revealed. Little Nothing by Marissa Silver. Wicked Like Wildfire. Preston and Child, Fever Dream. Blue Labyrinth is the signed copy. I already had a copy of this at home, but it has Preston and Child's signature in it. I didn't get this signed myself. It was at the library in Marion, and I mean, I couldn't really pass it up. The Chaos of Stars by Kirsten White. The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty. The Tooth Fairy by Graham Joyce. This is one of the ARCs that I got, and let me tell you, I love Diane Setterfield. She's one of my most favorite authors of all time. I loved Bellman and Black. I loved The 13th Tale, and I absolutely 100% adored Once Upon a River. And I found it at the library, and you bet I bought it. Dead Wake by Eric Larson. More Preston and Child, The Pharaoh Key. More James Rollins, The Demon Crown. The Lost Island by Preston and Child. I have a lot of these on ebook. But it's Preston and Child, Agent Pendergast, James Rollins, Sigma Force. I love them. So to have them to find them at these prices and have them in hard copy versions, it means a lot to me. Crimson Shore, another Preston and Child. Migrations by Charlotte McConaughey. This is something I've been meaning to read. So these two books, I'm missing number 1, but it's by Mark Danielewski. So you knew I was going to get it. The Familiar, Part 2, Into the Forest, and The Familiar, Part 3, Honeysuckle and Pain. But that's it for my book haul. Books. I don't think I normally get that many books in a month. Maybe I do. I don't know. I've never kept them all together. I normally just find places to put them, like in my laundry room. My laundry room is full of books. I did get my bi-monthly edition of National Geographic, and then they have, I believe they're partnering with Disney, because Disney has a whales. Yeah, watch Secrets of the Whales, streaming April 22nd on Disney+. So that's it. There was a lot of Preston and Child in there. There was a lot of James Rollins in there. I'm actually thinking I should start those series over, Agent Pendergast and the Sigma Force novels. I should start those over again. Start leaving reviews on here. You'd like that, right? Yeah. Okay. Those are great books. Thank you so much for joining me on my book haul. You have a wonderful day.